What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. Happy Thursday. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt, and this podcast is being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com. Guys, Father's Day is coming up around the corner, all right? That burger package is pretty damn good for a barbecuer, a griller, a dad who likes to be at the grill. $89.99 with the promo code JUICE for 24 burgers. These are not just regular burgers. These are filet burgers, porterhouse burgers. These are individually wrapped burgers that come to your door, frozen and ready to go. It's a pretty cool deal. Check it out at omahasteaks.com. Promo code JUICE, $89.99 for that spectacular burger package available right now at omahasteaks.com. All right, so 2-1 night last night, another winning night. We get the plus 115 on the Royals. That was good. So that enabled us to be up over a unit for the day because we almost got the sweep. 4-3 final. If the Kings don't score that last goal with 3 minutes to go, if the Kings don't score that goal, we sweep. We get the under 6.5. Instead, 4-3 final. Edmonton wins. Blows that puck line bet on Edmonton, too. If you're on the puck line for Edmonton, ouch. But regulation did come in for Edmonton there, but we get the Royals right on the money line. And maybe the easiest first half team total over bet of the season for the Boston Celtics. Scored 41 points in the first quarter. We bet over 55.5. That I told you last night, the number was wrong. Like it was just looking at that number going like, Boston had scored over 60 points in both first halves at home. Like, what are we doing? It's been one of our favorite bets all year. Celtics team total over in the first half. Cashed again. So 2-1 there. Up over a unit for the day. That's good because it takes us now into a place here with having a winning week going for us here for the Daily Juice going into Thursday. So that's good. Had a good couple of days. Let's keep it rolling here for us with that. We won on Monday, won on Tuesday, won on Wednesday. Okay, will we win every day? No, but I will definitely take it when we're having a good week. All right, let's get to a non-handicap bet. Toronto and Boston. The only hockey game of the night. The Bruins can't close. Let's just be honest, okay? The Bruins can't close. Can the Bruins win at Toronto? Yes, they've won 2 games already at Toronto. Jeremy Swayman has 1 loss in 2 years against Toronto. This is a Toronto victory. It's a pick'em game. I can't trust the Bruins. Okay. If I'm wrong, I'm happy. Okay. So this is not a great handicap for you guys if you want to fade or follow because I don't trust my team. I want my team to win. But this kind of goes down to the John Anik school where you bet against the team you love because if they win, that's tremendous. It's not expensive. Am I sacrificing 1.1 units for a Bruins victory? Maybe. The Bruins lose, we win a unit. It's a win-win for me. So do what you want with it, but I'm not kidding. I think Toronto wins. I think we're going to a game 7. I really do. And then the Bruins, Toronto's horrible in game 7s. The Bruins are not great in game 7s, and they blew last year in the first round when they're up 3-1 against Florida, and they lost in overtime in game 7. This feels very similar to last year for the Boston Bruins. Not going to lie. Toronto, money line. 1.1 units, minus 110. Maple Leafs to beat the Bruins. I'll see you in a game 7. Okay, to basketball. This is going to be a really interesting game between the Knicks and the 76ers, okay? The under is a very popular play. Opened up at 203.5. It's been hammered down to 198.5 at most books, okay? Everyone's betting the under. I'm worried about the fourth quarter. I'm actually worried about a blowout on either side for Philly or for New York. And then the game, much like the Celtics game against Miami, which eked over, just barely got over. You bet the under in that game, you were kicking yourself because, man, you almost got there. Fell 202. The total closed at 201.5. Like, that's just brutal. Completely brutal. But when you have a total opening up at 201, and it's down to 198.5 or 198 at certain books, I start to play around. How about the first half, which is 101.5 for Knicks Sixers. I'm worried about the fourth quarter. Not going to lie. I think this game could get high scoring. Scrubs could come in. I think we're looking at a dynamic early battle. I mean, just an early battle between these two teams. Both teams are nicked up. Both teams are dealing with injuries here. I don't want to see an overtime like we saw last game that could blow the total. I'm going to go first half. Philly in New York, first half under 101.5. So we get like a 60-40 or a 50-48 first half score. We're good. Okay. That's what we're looking for. Under 101.5 in the first half for the Knicks and the Sixers. Both teams get off to a slow start. Both teams get after it defensively. And we see this game going under. I lean towards the under for the game, but there were so many better numbers at 209, what were those numbers? 229? What am I thinking of here? Sorry. 212, I'm sorry, 201, 200, somewhere right now down to 198. So you could have gotten 201 and bet under. 198.5. Bet under. I think the under is a good play there, but I'll go with the first half for Philly and New York. Under 101.5 for 1.1 units. And then to baseball. This was an interesting game. The Cubs are dogs. Now it's plus only 104. But I don't get the Cubs being a dog in this game to the New York Mets. I'm pretty confused by this. Much like I was confused about what happened yesterday with the Royals, and the Royals being plus 115. Ben Brown is going. He's an opener for the Cubs, okay? But Ben Brown, before the 17-0 blowout at the hands of the Red Sox in his last start, which he gave up 3 earned runs in 3 2/3. It wasn't really his fault. Everybody else collapsed. The Cubs had won every game he started. 5-1, 3-2, 5-3, 7-2. San Diego, Arizona, Miami, Houston. Ben Brown's an opener, but it could go one time through the lineup. So 3 innings is possible out of Ben Brown here for the Cubs. Adrian Hauser for the Mets is the opposite. He's 0-3 with an 8.37 ERA. He'll go 5. That's what he goes, but he lost to Detroit. He lost to the Braves, beat the Pirates, lost 10-0 to the Diamondbacks on the road. 4 innings, 8 earned runs. In the start before that, 7-4 lost to St. Louis, 4 1/3, 6 earned runs. He's been really bad his last 2 starts. Cubs have a decent pitcher to start, and then the bullpen comes in. The offense has been scoring here for Chicago. I like where the Cubs are here. They're 9-9 on the road this year. They snapped, and they won yesterday. The Cubs against the Mets. Yeah, they won 1-0 against the Mets yesterday. Imanaga is tremendous. He's been great for the Cubs. They're trying to win 3 out of 4 here. They won 3-1. They lost 4-2. They won 1-0. Try to win 3 out of 4 and win the series. Cubs plus 104 on the money line. I like Chicago to win this. It's a 1:10 start, early East Coast start, 10:10 Pacific time start for the Cubs and the Mets. Mets are 8-10 on the road, losing to St. Louis, losing to the Cubs. Mets are leaking oil at 15-15. Cubs are 19-12. I like the way Chicago's playing. Mets offense, not great in this series. Cubs money line, plus 104 for 1 unit. All right. 3 bets for us here again today in 3 sports. We'll keep this rolling here for a little while. We'll mix it up a little bit later on in the week when we start getting into UFC stuff and we start getting into what's going to go on for UFC 301, and then we'll get into some golf potentially, and then maybe some other sports as well as we're getting to kind of like that silly season. NASCAR's coming into view and other things as well. But for right now, Toronto money line, minus 110, under 101.5 first half. Philly in New York, Cubs money line at plus 104. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt. Every single morning, the Daily Juice podcast always being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com.